sí, primero déjeme agradecerle por la oportunidad, es genial, la verdad, hombre, se te ve el trabajo que has hecho todo un día de rodaje. También quería preguntarle, me tiene muy inquieto, ¿esta es su primera entrevista?
Okay. First, John want to thank you, of course, being here. He says that he he really can see that you have been working tiring working hard. Sorry, in these movies, and he also wants to know that this is your first interview.
Yes, this is actually my first
Wow,
one. Yeah. So, yep. So you guys are the one, man. The broke
John, anótalo. John, write it down
Woo.
and feel great.
I appreciate you.
no, es
Yeah.
honor. Yo quisiera,
Another man.
yo quisiera empezar a lo grande con Is One Blow. Is One Blow es uno de los filmes dirigidos por Lee Balsamo, además que tú tienes una participación al final bastante que da como para continuación. Por eso es que yo he visto, nosotros hemos visto, entendé yo, algunas películas de Jane que tú sabes, pero Is One Blood se considera como un recordáis de todo lo del terror que comienza contigo, con todo eso. Entonces, acorde a esto, ¿qué aprendiste en tu comienzo, en el inicio, no solo como actor, sino como también uno de los productores de ella?
Y si hay posibilidad de que repita el rol, sería bueno preguntarle. Okay, as you may know, John in the first day of the channel reviewed It Was Blood. He really loved that movie.
Oh,
And
great. Yeah, that's awesome. Woo.
yeah, man.
That was
And
a fun one.
yes, and he wants to know there is a possibility that your role can, as Ralph, can be repeated because he feels like I think that this role that he will appear later in some project, that character. And also he wants to know how was your beginning, not only acting but also producing this movie.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So I started acting when I was about 12 years old. It was at a local recreational center. Yeah, it was pretty fun. I immediately, like, I was chosen out of like 30 kids, like right off the bat, to start auditioning and things like that. So that kind of boosted my my interest even more, at that point. It was really really awesome. Yeah, they started sending me on auditions and things like that, and I would book things. But at the time, I lived in Las Vegas, and my mother wouldn't let me go to California to film them. So it was very heartbreaking at the moment. At least at the time, I mean, and so and they would call and be like, oh, we got this role and this and that. And mom was like, well, if it's not filmed in Vegas, we're just not gonna, it's just kind of the situation at the time. So but once I hit about 18, I started getting back into it. I also did a lot of classes, a lot of workshops and everything like that, throughout the years. My first, set I was ever on was a Wesley Snipes movie. It was called, what was it called? Shoot, no, I can't even think. Oh, Undisputed. So it was Undisputed, with Ving Rhames and Wesley Snipes. I was an extra in that, but it was cool. I got, a little, got to see how the films, work and everything like that, like the behind the scenes stuff and whatnot. And so that was pretty cool. And then, I did, I was an extra again around that time for a Chris Rock movie. And then after that, like I, took a break and had to, kind of figure some other things out in my life. And I started getting back into it when I was about 27, got an agent, and yeah, I was really impressed, like the teachers and everything like that. And I auditioned for like a Disney movie, and came very close to getting it, but I kind of forgot to put my agent's information on the headshot when I went there. So these are little things, man, it's just but everything happens for a reason, and so I feel that, it was just enough of a boost to kind of say, hey, you know what, you really got something here. You just got to kind of refine it a little bit. And then, I just feel like, I believe in God, I believe that God, guides us and everything like that. And I think there's a time and a place for everything, and so, yeah, I would definitely say, yeah, everything's been kind of moving along. I moved out here to Los Angeles back in 2018. Got into some more acting classes and things like that. And then I happened to live, in the same building as director James Balsamo. And so yeah, so it was so I was I mean, and it was funny because like he was like one of the only two people in the building that I actually like would talk to. I didn't even know he was doing anything like film wise, you know. And one day I was just out, like on the balcony, of the building, and he was out there, talking to I believe it was Ken May about like some production they were doing. And I was like, oh, these guys do movies? I'm like, all right, cool, I just had gotten my reels done. I got some, a couple reels done and some more headshots at the time. So it's kind of a perfect timing for it, So it was literally like I think like, like 2 days after I did those reels, I was like, then I overheard him. I was like, you know what? Next time I see him, I'm going to talk to this guy. I'm going to show him the reel and see if I could, make something happen. And so I showed him the reel, and he's like, oh man, that's great. He's like, you want a part? He's like, I got a role for you tomorrow. I was like, all right. I was like, cool. He's like, yeah, be here at this time. He's like, dressed like this. He's like, and I got a role for you. And so that's where it just kind of started to take off, So James Balsam was a great friend. He was definitely helped me out greatly in this business, by giving me that opportunity. It's through, mutual friends and connections, and other people seeing my work that I began to get more work, through other independent, filmmakers and whatnot. And, and the people I've worked with really enjoy, my stuff. So, they keep on bringing me back. Thank God. So it's been fun. It's been great. I met a lot of great people and everything like that. And, it's just been a real blessing, it's, yeah. So, let's say, yeah, for sure. And that's kind of like how I got started and everything like that. So, I think within the past like 3 years, I've knocked out about 23 movies so far, something like that. Yeah. So it's been, I just, time and a place, it took so long before I wasn't hitting, and all of a sudden, boom, it just, all started coming at once. So it just, life happens like that sometimes, But,
We decided that I will only translate the questions and I translate the answers later. So you can tell, man, because we really wanna listen to you.
yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Thanks. Appreciate it. You guys are awesome. For sure.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Dale, John. Ya le dije que solo preguntas.
Buenísimo. Yo digo que no solo es One Blood, también es que hay películas que hemos visto de James que la verdad son inigualables. Yo digo que una de las películas que también se ha destacado como La Loja Day en Killer Way 2 y también en By School. By School es una historia muy descabellada porque en By School se considera no solo como que el rol invertido de Auzi, pero en versión malvada. ¿Qué opinas sobre pues trabajar no solo en tu personaje, sino con Gerard Butler? Imagínate, con Bill Victor Arucan, cuéntanos esa experiencia.
Ok, pero tú quieres saber sobre High School 2, ¿cierto?
Sí, y Peter Weiss también, pero que
Okay.
cuéntanos.
Okay, we want to know anecdotes from these movies, Killer Ways 2 and By School 2. In fact, John was saying that in By School 2 is a crazy role because it's like watching you doing like your alter ego, like a bad Aussie. And of course, he wants to know how it was working with, okay, so Larry Butler, a friend from the channel, he was here, and all these people. Tell us. No, Larry's amazing. We had a lot to interview him, and
okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah, by school too. I believe it's still in production and whatnot. I kind of created my character for that. I called him Nikolai Dragunov. So it's Nikolai Dragunov. Yes, he's the brother of Draculia, and so from Transylvania, Romania. And so I created like this, James kind of like, came to me with an idea. He was like, you want to be like a vampire, and whatnot. I was like, cool. He's like, kind of think of, how you want to go about it. And I just created like the whole character, and he totally dug it, so we just kind of ran with that. And it's a fun part to play for sure. And basically it's, Nikolai Dragunov, in the story is Dracula's like a stepbrother in a sense, and so he's like the unheard of, stepbrother, and so like and basically he was his father was part Russian and part Transylvanian, and at the time I believe they were like fighting together against other forces that were trying to take them over at the time. And so just kind of threw a little story in there about young Nikolai, whose father died in battle. He had happened to come across you know Dracula's father's or Dracula's father. He kind of ran in front of his horse one day, and he kind of impressed him with whatever he said, and he kind of adopted the kid afterwards, which and then after Dracula became a vampire, he of course wanted his best friend, his stepbrother, Nikolai, to also be part of his vampire crew, so he trained converted him to vampirism. and and so yeah, and then yeah, and of course Dracula died and everything like that, so I mean Nikolai's a little bit bitter about that. And so but yeah, as far as working with people, I've worked with a lot of great people, a lot of great talents. I think my favorite would probably have to be Steve Railsback. He was Charles Manson in Helter Skelter. He's in X Files. I mean, he had a two-part series in that, a real big thing at the time. He's done so much good work. I mean, I grew up like loving this guy's work, and it was a real honor that he, I had the privilege of befriending him, and he, got in on It Wants Blood with me, and so he did that kind of as a little favor to me as well, which was really, really awesome, very touching and really cool. It's almost like a surreal feeling, that you have this person that you admire so much, growing up, you see in all these movies, and then all of a sudden you're working with them, like, wow, that's so cool. So yeah, he's a great talent. He's probably the best I've worked with, I think. And so I mean, I've worked with a lot of great talents too, though. Like Albert, he's great too. Yeah, Albert, yeah,
He
he's
was on the channel, and wow, what's amazing. In fact, it was a dream come true for myself because I grew up watching video clips, and he's like a god from video clips. He appears with everything eminent. He's so a nice person, man.
Oh, he's such a great guy. Yeah, he's done so much. That guy, he's a legend in his own right. He was in the WWF. This guy fought the Ultimate Warrior, man. I mean, that's pretty cool in my book. So I was like, yeah, buddy. So yeah, he's a great guy, and we've done a lot of films together and stuff like that. And he's always a blast to hang out with. And then my friend G. Larry Butler, he's also, yeah, he's that guy's a legend in his own right too. He's, one of the greatest talents, that I've worked with, and he's real fun to work with always, and just a great guy, and yeah, trying to think, yeah, there's just so many. Trying to think, off the top of my head, I've Jimmy Duvall is also great too. So James Duvall, he was in Independence Day. He was also in Donnie Darko. He was Frank the
Oh,
Yeah, he was Frank the
oh,
Bunny.
so
So yeah, so like I mean, he's been in some of the same films as me as well. I mean, he's a great guy too. He's one of my really good friends, and one of the best talents out there too. So for sure. Yeah, there's just so many. I mean, everybody I've worked with has been really good. I mean, I can't really say I've ever worked with anybody who's really bad. So I guess I've been very fortunate in that category. So yeah, it's been great. Just meeting these people, and just like I said, the people that I admire. Growing up, and getting to work with, or even be in the same movie as them is really special. It's really awesome. It's a blessing. So I think, say gracias a Dios.
Gracias a Dios.
You know?
No, in fact, it's crazy. Some people even don't know that Larry is like a godfather from the voiceover in anime. He did voices in Ultraman. And I go, what? No, and it's crazy because I was watching the casting. It's like going to a school with all the great wacos, like I mean actors, but with you got Randy Blythe from Lamb of God, and what? and it's crazy, man. No, James is James, like we say.
Yes.
He's the only guy that can do that crazy cast and crazy things, but I will let John keep asking. Creo que escuchaste
Sí.
a las leyendas, ¿no?
A la
Y estaba
leyenda genial.
emocionado.
Sí, no, yo estoy emocionado. Además, quisiera preguntarle, porque en una línea de, de Auzi, en lo que es de Is One Blood, él mencionó algún spoiler, no sé si es un spoiler de una película que pronto va a ser de peleando contra alguien reconocido. Entonces, mi pregunta es, ¿qué actor de pronto de la lucha libre le gustaría hacer un feudo en una película? Yo diría, yo diría que, no sé, que diría puede ser Santino Marella, como Auzi Capri, pero no sé. Cuéntanos su experiencia.
Well, this question is crazy, but I know why John asking because he really loves the wrestling. And It Was Blood, sorry, there is a line that for a future fight, I don't know. And the question is, which, I don't know, wrestling legend or actor you would like to fight on a movie? He says like Santino.
Oh,
I say,
like
tell me,
fight, like
yes, in a
oh,
movie.
oh, in a fight in a movie. Whew, that's a good one. Woo, man.
Yes.
Who would I like to fight in a movie? That's a good question. Um, I don't know. I mean, like, there's, I mean, I do have some fight skill myself, but I mean, of course, this is in a movie and everything like that. So, I mean, this is, I'd probably say,
Or in a ring. It will be great in a ring in real life.
yeah,
You
oh
can
yeah,
use your
there
skills.
you go. Yeah, real life. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not that skilled in fighting, I mean, I do have some skills, but I probably, get lit up there or something, lit up like a Christmas tree or something. But no, I'd probably say, like, I'm a big Arnold Schwarzenegger fan. I'm also a big, Sylvester Stallone fan. To even work with them at all, I mean, even if I'm fighting them, I think would be fantastic. I mean, if that's, I'm totally cool with that. I mean, if I'm going to get beat up by Arnold Schwarzenegger, hey, it's I'll definitely take it. So I think that'd be really cool. Him or Slash Stallone, I think would probably be my top two choices because I love those guys. So.
Un dato muy importante, bueno, aparte de que hablamos de un poco de sus inicios de western, también hay sobre el tema sobrenatural, que es lo más impresionante, que a mí me parece que va a romper esquemas, va a romper mucho, 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 es 14 Ghosts. 14 Ghosts, Axel. Axel is back. Axel is amazing, porque yo creo que el papel que él hace protagónico, más que actúa entre leyendas también, cómo es interpretar a Axel. Axel va a ser como que la nueva revolución del terror actual. Cuéntame.
Okay, since the channel, no, I won't say it started, but since the channel started to grow,
Mhm.
John is
That's
crazy.
awesome. Yeah,
Yes.
man.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
John and myself, we are crazy about 14 Ghosts. I know that, in fact, James revealed, but not many, and I understand. But what can you expect about Axel? In fact, Axel can be considered like I know, like a new way of protagonist of a horror, not horror, supernatural movie, but because we know that 14 Ghosts is more like in the supernatural side. No,
Mhm.
and it's crazy because we had interview with a lot of people hear about that movie and they say glimpses and we thank them, of course, because, but say whatever you want about that.
Oh yeah, like 14 Ghosts. Yeah, that's it's still in production and everything like that. We got some good stuff in there. So basically Axl Rose is kind of like like a spoof of 13 Ghosts and Ghostbusters, and so with a little bit of a touch of like almost like a zombie kind of feel to it. So I'd say, it's a number of different ideas we kind of played around with and whatnot. Axl Rhodes, so his his character in the movie. So he goes by Axl Rhodes, kind of like it sounds like Axl Rose, So I'm also, a big, a big fan of Guns N' Roses, So pretty much, Axl's mom was like a groupie, for Guns N' Roses, and and so she doesn't know for sure who the father of Axel, my character is, but she swears it's Axel Rose, then she's like, it was meant to be, because, he's Axel Rose and you're Axel Rhodes. Whoa, so, and so it's just like this fun thing that we, kind of came up with. And so pretty much like him and James's character, we get together and we start this thing called the Ghost Fight Society, and so pretty much we go around and take calls, kind of like a Ghostbuster kind of thing, and people call us up and we have all kinds of different gadgets and lasers and high tech gizmos to fight these ghosts. And so yeah, it's gonna be a fun movie for sure. And so pretty much, yeah, like you have like somebody unlocked or let out what we call like the guillotine 14, the 14 most deadliest ghosts. And pretty much what they're trying to do is take over the world. And so what they're trying to do is strengthen their army to kind of go around and possess people, and then once they're possessed, they almost turn like almost zombie like, and try to attack and kill everybody, so it's then we have to shoot them with the lasers. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. For sure. So
14
John
Ghosts,
will flip
14
out.
Ghosts, 14 Ghosts. La verdad es una locura porque sin verla amo 14 Ghosts.
Yes, in fact, without what have been watching this movie, we really love them. I mean, in fact, I wish that this universe, because I really love this kind of stories, become unknown. It's a video game, I don't know, an animated series, I don't know. It will be crazy because it got all the elements. And I wanted to tell this to James, but I will tell it to you, like because you talk about the similarities with these movies, like a spoof.
Mhm.
I really feel that 13 Ghosts didn't continue as a saga, and it makes me sad. So I want that 14 Ghosts really continues as a saga or as a spin off. I
Oh
don't know.
yeah, yeah. It's more of a spoof, kind of like a National Lampoon kind of thing. It's like kind of like how like Naked Gun was like kind of a spoof. I think of like the James Bond or something like that, or something along those lines. So pretty much like that's kind of what it is. It's kind of like a it's like a horror comedy kind of thing. So it's yeah, we definitely got a lot of real great takes in there. And so we actually have some cool fight scenes actually in that one too. So you guys will just have to kind of watch it and see what I'm talking about. But yeah, we had some fight coordinators on there, and we had some really cool fight scenes filmed. And so yeah, after editing, it's probably gonna look pretty epic. So yeah,
Wow.
so
Me siento muy emocionado porque aparte de 14 Ghosts, todo se relaciona como distinto como al western también en Alien Danger. En Alien Danger es la primera y la segunda. O sea, que vas a estar. Oh, yeah. Eso es impresionante. Entonces me gustaría saber qué nos espera de las dos películas de Alien Danger. Porque sé que James no soltó mucho spoiler, tú tampoco, pero sí puedo decirte, definan una palabra a tu personaje, porque es fantástico.
No, y lo mejor, vimos fotos. Okay. We were really excited when we saw the pictures from the premiere for Ellen Danger. We know that
Yeah.
when we interviewed with Bad Albure, he was even shooting some scene from Ellen Danger too. I know that you can reveal most things, but if you can say something about your character in Alien Danger, a little bit or spoof or
oh
what
sure, yeah. Oh yeah, that's probably one of my one of my favorite characters I've played so far. So pretty much like in Alien Danger, so with Braven Van Slender, so he has like a team of alien scientists, and they basically go around and like they battle aliens. And so I happen to be one of the aliens on this planet that has what we call like one of the characters is a mushroom queen, and she's like evil. She's like an evil mushroom queen. She looks like a mushroom. She's but she's like kind of a half person, half mushroom kind of lady, And so I'm part of her little army of aliens, So I play a character called Magic Mushroom. So I have like like a little magic, what is it like a like a magic kind of get up on, kind of like a magician, so I have like a magician get up on, and it's I have these these mitts for hands that look almost kind of like grated cheese or something, so it's so funny though. It was a great time. Yeah, I got to work with Hunter S. Thompson from the heavy metal band Guar in that one. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. So I was, it reminds me of Beavis and Butthead too, because if you remember Beavis and Butthead, Guar was their favorite band, and so like I even had like the video game, like a Beavis and Butthead. I was a big Beavis and Butthead fan when I was a kid, so it was really cool for me too. So I was like, cool, right on, man. It was like, and he helped, make those video games and help with the show and everything like that. And it was an honor to work with him, and yeah, he did a really good job, for sure. And yeah, I mean, it was a good time. It was a really good time. So I'm pretty much like a little magic, alien guy that, who's part mushroom and part man. So that's pretty much, I think all I can really say at this time, but mhm.
Tengo una última pregunta que es lo más importante, aparte de lo final y todo. ¿Cómo ha sido la evolución de tu primer rol hasta ahorita, hasta en el último? Puedo mencionar que el último para mí es Avalon, pero claro, no habrá spoiler, pero ¿cómo ha sido ese primer rol hasta ahorita? Toda tu evolución.
Okay, as a final question, how you, as an actor, had you seen your evolution from the first role to the latest?
Oh yeah, I mean, I mean, because from the very first role, I mean, at that time, I mean, hadn't really, I was a bit rusty on my acting, and so, but I mean, I was still able to pull it off, pretty well. But I mean, the growth that I've experienced, I mean, just being on set and getting comfortable in front of a camera, has been very rewarding, as well as working with the people every person I've worked with has been great. I mean, I have no complaints about anybody I've ever worked with. Everybody's just been a true blessing to work with. And yeah, it's just been great. And so they kind of help to, I guess, like when you're in such good company, it kind of helps, me to even be, bring out even more, more creativity, with the talents that I'm working off, because we kind of play off each other, so and so the more experience I've gotten, like, I mean, the more, you know, experience and more expansive, my characters have been, and yeah, it's just been, developing very well. And yeah, what else was I gonna say? Sorry. But yeah, it's been great. My first role, I mean, I was just it was in a film called I Spill Your Guts 2, I believe. Yeah, so and I was playing like a security guard kind of guy. And so and then from there, I mean, I just started doing more roles, and getting back into the acting scene, and just working on my craft, and just applying a lot more time, and playing around with different ideas, different characters, things like that, which has also helped, definitely with the growth and of everything. um and yeah, I mean, I've developed a lot more great characters, a lot more, stage presence, I feel with my scenes, a lot more solid, a lot more confident, so it's been very good. I mean, it's kind of crazy when I look back, because it's only been like, what, 3 years that I mean, since I really started for my first movie to everything I've done. I've just been really fortunate, it's just been like kind of nonstop, it's been a real blessing, I just, happen to meet the right people at the right time that really enjoy my work and bring out the best in me. And I, do my best to bring out the best in them. And it's all about teamwork too, and so like, and I think that goes, a long way, I mean, because when you work with, really good people, and I mean, who are very creative and just fun and great to work with, and professional. I mean, it kind of helps bring it out in you as well. It helps you to develop and grow, and so it kind of help bring out that creativity, and so yeah, it's been yeah, it's been quite the ride so far. So yeah.
And that's how it ends your first interview, man.
Oh, thanks.
Bravo.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
Sí,
you guys are awesome.
sí, es genial. Por último, un saludo para Colombia, para el canal, Latinoamérica y por supuesto tus redes sociales y bueno, ¿qué podemos esperar de la última película que hiciste hoy?
Okay, as a final, the camera is yours, man. Say a hi to the channel, to Colombia. Share your social media, and if you can reveal something or the last shooting you did, I don't know what can you expect, or you wanna promote a project. This project, go ahead, man.
Oh, okay. I have so many projects in development, but first I just want to say thank you to you guys, to you and John. Appreciate you guys. You guys have been awesome. Also want to thank the whole country of Colombia. You guys are awesome as well. Heck yeah. I'm actually part Spanish myself, so I mean, although I'm part Peruvian, but still, it's just like you're still my Latin brothers and sisters, so yeah, I appreciate all you guys. You guys are awesome, beautiful country, so um and then yeah, I have my social media is under Auzi Capri. So you just look me up, AUZI underscore and then CAPRI on Instagram. And then you can also look me up on Facebook as well under the same name as well. As far as upcoming projects, I mean, I got a lot of stuff coming up. Amityville Shark House was one I really, I mean, anticipating, the release of that. That's gonna be a real fun one, for sure. I do believe it's in talks to being picked up by a big major studio, and so I can't really reveal too much on that, but it's a really big studio that's really eyeing it right now. So we're keeping our fingers crossed for it, and so keep your eyes out for Amityville Shark House, and of course Alien Danger, and then the sequel, which will be start filming, I assume, probably sometime next year, which I'll also be in as well. And so yeah, I would say those, and then what else? It Wants Blood is also a great film too. I know you guys enjoyed it, and that's so awesome because that was such a fun film to work on too. So I had such a blast. I actually had two characters in that one. So if you look close enough. So okay, but yeah, you guys are beautiful. Thank you so much.
I hope you can see my t-shirt. It's from a local band.
Okay, cool. Right.
No,
on.
in fact, I choose it because he got a great design, like the James Bond
Hey,
movies.
that's cool, man. Yeah.
Yes. So I will show it.
That's awesome, man. Yeah.
Sonnet Parasite is the name of the band. And in fact, no, when I interview with Bob James, and the interview hasn't come out, of course, I was telling to my metal friends that you did not imagine all the metal Wachowski got on the movies. It's like an Ozfest, man.
Yeah.
Randy Bly, the Metal God, War,
Yeah.
God War. So
yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome, man. That's a way cool shirt. I like it.
yes, no, and I always support the local bands.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's really awesome, because yeah, I mean, just giving the support, I mean, I like to do the same thing too, man, because it's I mean, it's tough, man, and it's just like it sometimes, man, I mean, it takes even just sometimes as one person to believe in another,
Yes.
to give that person, enough drive and enough, motivation and feel good enough to just continue and just end up becoming the rock stars that they become, so and sometimes it just takes that one person, man, and that's awesome you're doing that, man, for sure. That's way cool.
Thank you. I will sell that Nicholas, the vocalist. And yes, everybody, every director, every band started small. We all started small, and
Yeah, now you're all exploding. Yeah, yeah, even
we
your show.
hope, man.
Yeah,
We hope
it's
because
coming up,
still being a small channel, we in fact we did not win money doing this, but we're still doing it. And I'm still thanking John the day he said, "Oh man, I don't know you, but I want you to be the translator." Oh, go ahead, do it, sure, why not?
That's cool. That's right on. That's awesome. Yeah, you guys are great, man. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you guys. And I mean, yeah, this is my first interview, man. And I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to kind of talk about some of these things. So you guys are great, and God bless Colombia, and all you guys out there.
We need God, man.
Que esta no va a ser la primera entrevista. Va a haber próximamente otra, si tú lo deseas.
This won't be your first interview. The only interview, sorry. It will be more. So
Yeah. Okay.
stay tuned.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, you guys hit me up anytime, man. Yeah, you guys are great. I really appreciate you. So and congratulations on your successes as well.
Thank
So
you, man.
you're
Yo,
welcome.
esto sí lo traduzco, que felicitaciones por nuestros logros en el canal.
Ah,
Se lo dijo.
muchas gracias.
De
Thank
nada.
Ok. Chao.
Okay.
Buenas noches.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.